if I can get the same oil or more oil for the same cost with the same same well count, then I am providing value to my business and therefore to my stakeholders, and which is primarily the shareholders of the organization. So that to me is the value creation in the whole process. So while I say that, I think I've already transitioned into trying to give you an example. The example that we have in the how does the business analyst make a difference in an oil and gas scenario is where we are talking about two simple scenarios. I just wanted that cartoon to explain why step one would fail and why the second one would be successful. Is you have a half duplex and a full duplex model, if I may compare it with a telecom situation, where there is a developer who knows a lot of code, who understands how to drive a lot of technology elements, and there is business who is who's very interested in safety, in forecasting, in things that are very relevant for them. And in a lot of situations, there is a lot of information that is lost in translation. But if there is one person that both of these teams could go to, who understands how to bridge these two individuals, that is what the role of a business analyst is. And that's where we were very successful, I should say. So coming back to the business case, there were one of our large oil companies in a reasonably new region, which is in the Asia Pacific. They came to us, they said, we have a very ambitious plan of drilling up to 7,000 wells. But then we want to, at every step of the way, we want to analyze the economic viability of a particular well and make sure that it is in line with the margin expectations from our shareholders. So it is no more about can I produce more oil, it is about producing profitable barrels of oil. And then what we have suggested is a macroeconomic modeling solution, which is a software which is available, software as a service. So the implementation was a pretty straightforward implementation. But then the problem was, what are the key focus areas? What should my client perform? So we needed business analysts who could understand what are the key production drivers, what are the key development drivers, which is how does the rigs work, how does the performance of the oil wells work, and things like that. So this is where my team came into being. We've done two things. One is we have understood the tool in the first place, which is the macroeconomic modeling tool, and all the input drivers that form the levers for deriving economic value. But then we started to take, okay, if this is what the tool drives, can I now look at the business to get the right inputs and start providing instant value? So we then, a team of business analysts who were petroleum engineers, part petroleum engineers, part petroleum management business graduates, and a set of technology consultants were all pulled together. We have trained them on a set of business analyst rules, business analyst courses, which would allow them to understand how do you scope, how do you create requirements, how do you then monitor the benefits and things like that, some of the basic stuff that the business analyst should do, and placed it on this particular client. So every time when we have configured this tool for a new field, for a new region, we have ensured that the value is clearly understood, documented, and also discussed among the clientele, so that the adoption of this individual tool is also possible. So in the process, what our team could drive is up to 28 million stuff, which is almost a million a day in terms of dollar values, dollar numbers for of enhanced production from the same well count for this particular customer. It may not, if you look at the larger picture of how much is the overall production for this particular customer to the 26 million stuff, it might look very small. But if you look at the cost of implementing this solution and the team, it is way negligible. So within the first 3 months, the team has demonstrated that 10 times the value of their own involvement in this overall initiative is realized by this particular organization, which to me is the greatest. And the combination of the right skills and the right maturity level is what I believe has enabled this whole process. So with that, I hope I've explained what the key aspects of the business analyst and the in the new world, which is in the digital world. The business analysts now need to clearly understand the business performance. What are the key value drivers for that particular business? How can the technology solutions provide that particular value? And with the discipline, ensure that that value is understood and articulated as part of the larger organizations. These are some of the things that as business analysts, we can derive value for our clients. I would at this point in time move over to ask Chanchal to lead the conversation from a media and technology perspective. Chanchal?
Thank you so much. That was very insightful. And thanks for explaining the role of the business analyst. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to cover the role of a business analyst from a communications, media, and high-tech industry perspective. Communication industry is something which is